All right, let's begin. All right, let's sit up nice and straight in our seat. We're gonna have a great class today. I want you to start by just settling in. So if there's anything that was on your mind or anything for like your to-do list, just let it go. Try your best to just exhale it out. Each inhale brings in the sense of being present. Each exhale means that we're letting go of anything that doesn't necessarily need to be here for this class. So let's start by noticing the breath. But the way we're going to notice the breath is as it comes in through the nose. So pay more attention to your nose. Just feel like your nose is widening when the breath comes in. Then pay attention to the chest that rises, the belly that rises. Notice the body more than the breath. Then when you exhale, notice how everything kind of sinks down and it goes away. And that's what we're going to do with our thoughts that do not have anything to do with this class. We're going to let them go away. On our next inhale, let's imagine that we bring this breath into our body and that it makes our body sit up straight. It actually props us up in our seat. So our bellies lift up. Our shoulders don't need to do the work, so we can just relax the shoulders, but we can continue to elongate the mid part of our body. So we have a nice straight spine. And as you inhale and exhale, notice how that maybe changes the experience of the breath for you a little bit. And then we want to make sure that our feet are in the proper position. So on our next inhale, let's bring our attention down to our feet. Look down and make sure that they're hips width apart. And then on the exhale, relax. As we inhale again on the next breath in, make sure that the knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Two fists pressed together, hugging the inner arches of the knee. And then as you exhale and you let go, allow for the weight to fall from your knees into your ankles, into your feet. And then from the soles of the feet, you can just feel the base of the floor or your sneakers. Good job. And now from our base, we're going to continue to elongate. So pressing our feet into the ground, sitting up a little bit taller in our seat, rolling those shoulders back away from the ears. Now we're in our position. This is our base position for class. And you want to start to just relax a little bit more, trusting that the support is here. And maybe you can go throughout this full class with this sense of trust. Trusting your abilities, trusting that you won't push yourself too far. Hi, everybody that's coming in. You want to start to just really, get a sense of support and how you just you trust that the floor is there. You trust that your seat is there, right? See if you can trust yourself the same way. And for the next 10 breaths, just settle here in this elongated posture. Letting go what you need to let go and trusting what you need to trust. If you like to close your eyes, you can close your eyes at this time. On our next inhale, we're going to open our eyes. We're going to come back to the room around us. Beautiful. Let's start with taking our shoulders, lifting them up to our ears and just rolling them back. Inhale and breathe in, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll it back. 2 more times. Match the breath with the movement. And then reverse. Coming forward again. More times in all. Beautiful. And drop the hands down by the sides. All right, take the shoulders, lift them up, and then just gently bring them back down. Next time we inhale, we lift them up. This time I want you to drop them a little bit harder so that you kind of feel that energy break up. Next time you can go a little bit harder. And then the last time, just let gravity take over completely. And shake it out. First shake of the day. Maybe you'll even crack your back a little bit. Woohoo, that would be great. Cracks in the back are good. It gets the air out, get the air bubbles out. All right, let's bring the arms up overhead. First mountain pose of the day. I'm gonna roll our shoulders back away from the ears. Look up, gaze up, really elongate the neck. Even if you can't back bend at all, that's fine. Just take the gaze up, open up your heart center, roll the shoulders away from the ears, keep that elongated spine, squeeze the core if you have to, trust that your seat is there, trust that the floor is there, and then roll those shoulders back just a little bit more and pause. Today we will be holding poses a little bit longer. And breathe in and out. There's nothing you have to do. Nothing more than be here in mountain pose. All right. Gently exhaling slowly. Match the breath with the movement as you bring your arms down by your sides. And we're going to take our hands and bring them behind us. Interlace those fingers. Press the shoulders away from the ears. Now you can just leave those hands on the base of your, I guess you would say your sacrum, the lowest part of your spine that comes down into that star shape at the bottom of your back where your tailbone is. Or you can lift up and away, or maybe even lean forward, squeeze the core. Again, keep those shoulders roll back away from the ears, this nice little inverse to open up the heart, and then undo the hands. If you want, just drop them. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, just continue to sit up nice and tall in your seat. Bring the arms up overhead. You're going to take the hands and just press them together so that they're in a sort of like prayer hands would be at your heart, but they're above your head. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears, and then bring down all your fingertips except for your index finger and make a shooting gun. So your thumb and then all your fingers except for your index finger. Make that shooting gun, and we're going to come into half moon, seated half moon. We really want to come up out of the seat, lifting them through into our chest, and then we're going to pivot over towards the right. And I want you to think about pivoting. So you're literally keeping your sits bones down on the ground so you're in your seat completely, and you're just leaning over to the right. Then come back up to center. And let's do it on the other side, just leaning towards the left. All right, we're gonna bring those hands down, unwind them slowly, matching breath with the movement. Now we're gonna come back up to that. All right, but we'll give our hands a second, and we're gonna just add something to it. So inhale, arms rise overhead, come into that shooting gun, biceps and triceps by the ears. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, but the biceps and triceps squeeze. Okay, squeeze the core, lean to your right, and this time pivot up with your left shoulder and look up. And maybe take your right hand and pull on your left fingertips. One more breath. Come to center. Yeah, we're going to do on the other side now. So we're going to lean over to the left. We're going to pivot up, look up to the right. So we're pivoting back that right elbow. And then we're taking those hands, and now our left hand is pulling on those right fingertips and pulling almost out of our rib cage on the right side. So you're getting a little bit of decompression there. I'm getting some nice relief. Squeezing those biceps is going to help you to get to stay away from fatigue. Squeezing the belly too. Come back to center. And then bring those hands down. And bring them down through heart center and just relax them. And shake it out. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Take your hands, place them on the chair. Okay. We're going to take our legs and we're just going to twist it back and forth too. We want to just start to open up the lower back because we will be doing some stuff with our legs, especially when we get ready to do our flow. Okay. So just open it up just like when we twist, it's just to open it up. All right. Beautiful. And let's actually, speaking of flow, let's go through our first flow of the class. So arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead, gaze goes up, exhale, belly to the thighs, chest down, chin to the chest, drop the hands down so that they dangle, and just let go. First forward fold of the class. And as you breathe in, you should be able to feel your legs press against your belly. So there's some resistance there, but it can feel really good, like a little massage on your in your body. Press your feet into the ground even more because we're going to use that to anchor up, half lift, flat back. Halfway, wrap those belly muscles around the back body. Challenge, if you want to take it, lift those arms up, biceps towards those ears, roll those shoulders away from the ears. Chair pose. Ironically, we are in a chair, but you can feel everything in your hands nonetheless. You can still use your belly. Strong belly, strong bodies. Exhale, come down, belly to the thighs, chin to the chest, forward fold. This is like the lazy pose. Let it all go. Maybe even shake your head yes and no. And just let it go. Now I want you to smile as we come up. Let your smile shine bright as we come up, rising up, lifting up into mountain pose. Big smile as you smile towards the sky. Imagine that the sun is there and the sky is there. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and then bring those hands back down. And you can place them on your thighs. Good, good, good. So the whole body is really waking up. All right, let's take our chin and bring it down into our chest to decompress our neck body. The back of our neck gets a lot of stress on it. So let's give it a break for a second. Let's bring our yoga and our breath, uniting our breath and our movement right now to just be in this pose and be steady. If you feel like your body's leaning forward, I want you to use the strength of your belly to continue to sit up tall. Only bring your chest, your chin to your chest. All right, right ear to the right shoulder. Just pause. Chin to the chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. Chin to the chest. Let's come back, right ear to the right shoulder. Take the left hand and just extend it out and away from the body. Maybe even pretend like your fingertips can walk. And if you actually move them a little bit, you'll feel the stretch change. All right, bring the hand, left hand back to the thigh, chin back to the chest. All right, left ear to the left shoulder. Take the right fingertips, stretch them out, walk those fingertips out and away from the body. All right, bring the hand back onto the thigh. All right, chin back to the chest. Both hands come up and lay on the top of the head. And as you breathe in, allow for that breath to gently loosen any tension that you have. Try not to force your body into anything. Just allow for your breath to help loosen. Okay, so as you breathe in, the deeper you breathe, the more that you're going to actually feel that any tension, and that's how you loosen it, not through forcing the body. And then bring the hands back onto the tops of the thighs, and you can actually place them right above the knees. Now your chin is into the chest. All right, we're going to take our chins now and lift them up and lift them towards the ceiling. Okay, we're going to come into the series, our cat-cow series. So chin up towards the ceiling. We start to press the heart up, curving the back body. Make sure you trust your chair. That's what it's there for. And up we go. Breath is in. We're breathing in. And we're going to reverse. Back body starts to protrude out towards the wall behind us. Belly caves in. So now you can't see that pretty navel. It's gone. It's tucked in, chin to the chest. All right. And then we reverse. Come back into our cow position. All right. So when we come up like this is cow. And then when we reverse back, it's like a scared cat. You ever seen a scared cat and their back goes up? It hunches. So that's what we're doing. Find your breath for the next 4 movements, forward and back. Find a rhythm to your breath. And whatever makes you feel like you're most comfortable, inhaling and exhaling. Just do not hold the breath. Okay. And then when you finish, come back, sitting in your seat. Beautiful. All right. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward folds. All right. We're going to open up our thighs, open up our legs. All right. Bring your elbows to the inside of your legs. So we're taking those fingertips and we're wrapping them around our ankles like an anklet. The elbows are on the inside, our head is up. Okay, so you're parallel with the floor. All right, take the chin, take it into the chest, dome shape the back. You're holding on to those ankles. And then reverse and come up, looking up, just like we did when we were doing cat-cow, right? These are littler ones. Chin back into the chest. Dome shape that back, and then we're gonna do that reverse, like that cow pose. Chest comes up, chin comes up. And then come into a center position so that you're completely parallel and your eyes are in alignment, well, your head is in alignment with your back, okay? All right, we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna lift it up, reach it up towards the ceiling, keeping our left hand wrapped around our ankle. Gaze is up, we're gonna take that chin and we're going to pivot, looking up our arm, okay? So wave your hand, you should be looking up at your hand. Keeping your sits bone grounded into the seat, use the core, that same place that helps you to pivot back and forth with your body, use that core. All right, bring the hand down, steady and controlled, wrapping the fingertips, the right fingertips back around the ankle. All right, we're gonna do a few more of those cat-cows from this position. So it's an alternative cat-cow, okay? So take the chin, bring it back into the chest, dome shape the body. Really let the head hang, decompress that neck. And then using the belly, press forward, press up and out, lifting up through your heart. Yes, beautiful. All right, come back, tucking that belly in. You see that core, you're using it. That's what we want to do. We're keeping that sits bone grounded into the seat. And then we gaze back up and we look and you can feel the difference. All right, come back to that parallel position. This is like your base. You're in alignment. Head is in alignment with your back. Grab really into your right hand so that you're really wrapped around your ankle and then lift up that left. Keep the sits bone on the ground using that belly. If you have to tuck the belly in, tuck it in. If you have to push it forward, push it out. That gives you that ability to use the strength from that belly. We just did some of those cat-cows, those alternative cat-cows. That helps you ground into that seat. Gaze is up, pivot up, look up. Beautiful. All right, left hand comes down, wrap it around, right? Wrap it around. Let's take the chin back to the chest, dome shape it up. You should be able to get a little bit more space, drop those shoulders away a little bit more, really continue to hold on to those ankles, and then reverse. Chest come forward, pressing up through the heart, gaze is up. Inhale, and on the exhale, tuck in, breathe in. All right, last one. I'm gonna take that last one, make it your own. You might even be able to feel it all the way down through your legs now as you start to open up. Awesome. Take your hands, start to walk them up your legs. So you're basically walking your hands up your legs. Keep the legs open. Breathe in and out. Woo. All right. Feeling yourself really grounded into the seat, right? You're really grounded, and imagine that you're glued into your seat. You're going to come forward and then push back. All right. Yes. And back using the belly. Awesome. All right. So we're going to lean forward just a little bit. We're going to take that right shoulder, wiggle the right shoulder, and we're going to draw it down. Then we're going to hold this pose. All right. Our left hand just sits on our leg and the elbow is bent. The right hand is pushing against the right leg. This is really important for your lower back and your hips. You'll want to have the sacrum area and that star area of your back really stretched. If it's too tight, injuries can happen. All right, come back up. Awesome. Let's take the left shoulder. So wiggle the left shoulder and then drop it down. You're going to adjust your legs as you need to, okay? You don't have to glue your legs. You just want to keep your butt in the seat. And use your breath. But really enjoy this by just really taking the breath in and out. Try not to hold it. All right, come back up. Beautiful. Toe heel the feet back together. Back to hips width apart. Beautiful, beautiful. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears and just stay in mountain pose for a second. Squeeze the belly, lift up through the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Take the gaze up and lean to your right. Yeah, there you go. Pivot back on that left shoulder. And then come back to center. And then let's do it on the other side, leaning to the left, rotating back. All right, back to center and bring the hands right in front of you. Shoulders back away from the ears. Nice, strong mid-body. Beautiful. All right, take the right fingertips, wiggle the right fingertips, sky flip the hand. Take the left hand, place it underneath, and only pull back as far as you can. Okay. Now everybody's different, so don't do it like I'm doing it. Do it where you feel most comfortable. And then start to rotate each fingertip, breathing in and out. Try at least 2 to 3 rotations on each finger before moving on to the next. And then you can just wiggle the thumb the best that you can. And then press back the full hand. Yeah, there you go. And then rotate down. Awesome. All right, hands come back up in front of us. Wiggle the left fingertips. Sky flip the left hand. Right hand comes underneath. And pull back, sitting up nice and tall in the seat. Keep those feet grounded on the chair. Keep the feet on the ground. The chair is your friend. So feet on the ground, butt on the chair, sitting up nice and tall. All right, just because we're working on the hands, you can start your rotations. Doesn't mean the full body is not part of the practice. We're just isolating the hands, isolating each finger kind of. All right, and pull back with everything. Beautiful. All right, roll those hands down. Yay. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Let's go through a flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, one breath, one movement. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Nice big stretch. Hands come down by the sides and shake it out. Beautiful. All right. So we're gonna start to do some flowy stuff now on each side of our body. So let's take our hands up and then flow over towards the right side and just stay there for a second. Come back up, squeezing the core. Exhale to the left. Come back up. Come to the right. Try to bring your arm right over the leg. All right. See if you can bring your elbow onto that thigh, the right thigh, okay? And then bring your left hand to meet your, bring your right hand to meet your left. All right, so right hand meets the left. All right. Come up, continuing to look over to the right side, and then drop the hands to the outside of the right body. Okay. You don't have to do anything else. If you do want to bring your hand to the chair, you can, and look over that shoulder, or you can just let it dangle. And we're going to hold the pose for a little bit. So breathe in and out. Do your best to try to use the breath to work with your spine so that every inhale and exhale is kind of like wringing the spine out. And you can look over that shoulder and breathe. All right, take those hands, lift them up, come back to center, and drop the hands by the sides. Arms rise up and flow over to the left. We're gonna come back up, we're gonna flow to the right. We just came from the right, we'll come back up, and we're gonna flow back to the left, bringing that hand over the left leg. So right hand crosses over the body. Try to drop that elbow onto the top of that thigh. Take that left hand and right and bring them together and lean on your hand. So you're going to be in your twist, your seated twist. Gaze is up. If you can take it up, that would be good. All right, squeezing that core, come up. We're going to continue looking over to the left side and then drop the hands to the outside of the left leg. And you can bring your hand behind you or just let it dangle, okay? Your choice. Looking over the shoulder though. You just want to do your best to try to look over that shoulder. All right. Coming back up. Bring the hands overhead, come back to center. Lift up high, reaching up overhead. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and drop the hands then down by the side. Beautiful, beautiful. And shake it out. All right. We're going to take our toes, press them on the ground. lift up our heels. So you're stretching out that ankle and then gently lower those heels down. All right, inhale, lift those heels up and then gently place them down. Take your right foot, bring it out and kind of just swoosh the ankle all around. Bring it back and then the other side. All right, good, good, good. Now we open up those legs, hands come around. Come up, wrap your fingertips around the knee. All right, if you need to keep your toe on the ground, you know what that feels like, that's fine, but you just want to be able to lift up at least the ankle. All right, but I'm going to demo it with the foot up. All right, so fingertips are grabbing the knee, and this is what's holding it up, right? Sit up a little bit taller in your seat and kind of just roll your knee over to the side a little bit. All right. Feel the strength in your core. Breathe in and breathe out. Use that to help you stay up. Leverage that so that you can stay up with your leg. And now we're going to do the reverse, sort of like that cat-cow, right? We're going to tuck the belly in, chin to the chest, but we're going to keep hold of our knee. And we're just going to let the gravity fall into to work with our pose. All right. And what you're doing is you're just allowing the knee to pull your shoulders outside and away from your spine. Squeeze the core, use that core strength, come up, bring that knee now up towards the inner arm. All right, squeezing it, squeezing the belly. And then drop the foot back down gently. All right, good job. All right, arms come up, reach up overhead, exhale, bring the hands around, scoop up that left leg. All right, if you need to bring your toe on the ground, that's fine. Otherwise, bring that leg up, sit up tall in that seat, elevate that chest, lifting up through the rib cage, using that core strength. Breathe in and breathe out. You can just kind of move your leg over a little bit if you need to. Make sure it's not constricting you. All right. And we're going to take the chin to the chest, tuck in that belly, navel tucks away. We're holding that hand up. We're holding up that leg with these interlaced fingers. The weight is just falling though into them. So that pushes our shoulders away from the spine. It stretches our arms to the max. All right, squeeze the core, come up. All right, bring that knee towards the inner arm. And then exhale, and just put the foot back down on the ground. Good. Arms rise. Let's go through a flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up. All right, you can bring your hands down through heart center or by the sides. Let's do 3 more flows. All right, inhale, exhale. You guys got this. Inhale. I'm demoing too if you need to see me. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, next time I'm going to say the poses and you know to breathe, okay? Arms rise. Forward fold. Half lift. Forward fold. Mountain pose. Hands come down through heart center. Last one. I'm just going to demo. Close your eyes if you can. If not, just watch me. Do your best. It's okay if you miss a spot. Just don't do anything that's going to hurt you. Trust yourself. All right. Woohoo, that was good, right? Trusting ourselves is great. Yes, yes, absolutely. All right. Let's take our right foot, bring it out in front of us, stretch out that leg. Time to do some hamstring stuff. All right, especially before we do any standing poses. Soften the right knee. Always big about softening that knee to start. Bring the heel onto the floor. All right. And we're first going to start out gentle. So knee is soft, but we're going to lean forward. Hands is on top of the thigh. Yep, there you go. Nothing else to do. Come back and bring that leg back up. Let's do the other side. Left leg extends out, soften the knee, bring the hands on top of the thigh. All right, just lean forward, feel that hamstring stretch a little bit, and then come back. All right, you should have been able to gauge those hamstrings. All right, it's really important that you don't go into a severe stretch. You want to just be mild to moderate. All right. All right, you can hold on to the chair. We're going to bring out our right foot again, but this time we're going to cross our legs over and bring our left on top. All right, extended, seated, extended leg, forward fold. All right, you should be waving hello with your toes. Your toes should say hi to you, and then you can relax them. You can stay just like this, or you can start to lean forward, adjusting yourself in the seat, leaning forward. If you want to drop your hands and let them dangle, you can. It's your choice. And we hold this pose. This is a pose hold. Come back up, belly, chest, and then head. All right, bring both feet back to base. All right, take the left foot, extend it out in front of you, and then the right. All right, sit up nice and tall, get yourself comfy in that seat. Toes say hello, and then lean forward. All right, gently come back up, belly, chest, and then thighs. Breathe in and out. All right, we're gonna take our hand, wrap it around that knee, once again on the right side, squeezing the belly, lift up the knee so it comes in towards the right arm. And then lay it the best you can on top of your left leg, okay? Seated half pigeon. Now, if you can't do this, revert back to the pose that we just did, all right? And just do each side the same way that we're doing it. All right, for those that are in seated half pigeon, I want you to just kind of lean back and forth and start to just open up those hips gently. Yeah, we don't want to just throw ourselves into this. All right, we want to have a little grace going into it. All right, sit up a little bit taller in our seat. I always say that because it's easy for us to slouch and not get the most stretch through our mid body. So we want to elevate, extend. And then if you like, you can start to come forward and lean to a place only to where you feel comfortable enough to stretch out that hip. All right, for some people, this is going to be just fine, right? But I'm going to offer some additional modifications if you want to go deeper. All right, you can come down to your forearm, chin to the chest, head kind of down near it, wherever it is fine. Or you can droop your hands over your legs. Now this one is a really deeper stretch. But I know some people really, really like this one, so I wanted to offer it. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but to just sink into the pose. And I'll do something right in the middle. there's any thoughts that might be racing, it's okay to just breathe into those. If there's any sensations in your body that are really dominant or intense, you can move around a little bit and breathe into that too. And gently and slowly start to come back up. Belly first, chest, and then head. It's really important we do belly, chest, and head so that the blood has time to sustain us and we're not getting dizzy, okay? Belly, chest, and head. All right. Take those hands. All right, bring them back around. Wiggle those ankles. You can get a little tired sitting there. All right, good job. All right, let's go do the other side. So arms rise. Exhale, fingertips wrap around the left leg. All right, you can wiggle that foot so you know you're on the right side and then place it on top of the right thigh. And just like the other side, you have the option to not do this pose. You have the option to do the pose we did just before this. All right, we're gonna start by just rocking. All right, remember, we're coming into the pose with grace. We're not just jumping in head first. No cannonballs today. All right, rock back and forth, ease into the pose. All right, now you can start to lean forward until you get to a point that you feel like that's a good enough stretch. For those who want to take it that step further, we can do the forearms. You will have to adjust your legs if you are coming into relaxing on your forearms, or drooping your hands over, chin to the chest. And this is a pose holder, so breathe through any sensations. Squeeze the core, start to come up, belly, chest, and then head. Take your time. No rushing. All right, bring that foot off of the leg, wrap it around. All right, we're gonna even everything out. So both feet are on the ground. Let's go through a flow. Arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up into that chair pose. All right, I want you to kind of come forward a little bit. And for those who is part of your practice, you can come straight up to standing in mountain pose. For those who is not, bring your hands onto your chair and then come up. But use your strength in your core, help yourself to come up. All right. Now you're gonna come to standing either behind your chair or wherever you're going to be for the practice. You can bring your hands down by your side and adjust how you want to be with your chair, okay? I move the chair this way. You can move it towards me. You can do a one hand on the chair. You can do two hands on the chair. I try to teach it with one hand, and I try to show the modifications in between. So there's advanced, and then there's more of the easing into more of the light yoga, okay? So find that place and come standing behind your chair. Once you get there, I want you to come up to your toes and gently down. This helps us gauge our balance. We want to know how we're feeling today before we go jump in and run our race. All right, soften those knees then. Feel the soles of your feet on the floor, widen your toes. Squeeze that core. Remember all that back and forth that we did? Make sure that you try to keep a nice straight spine still. So if you're like this a little bit, you want to come to standing up, or if you're like that, you can come and tuck that belly in. All right, good job. All right, let's start out with the downward dog. All right, take the left foot back and the right. Bring your forehead to the top of the chair. All right. And now if you want to walk your dog out or wiggle your tail, this is what it looks like. We're lifting up our heels, dropping them down one at a time. Or we're just staying here, stretching it out, softening the knees. I love softening knees. For those who want a more advanced position, you can bring your hands onto the top of the chair. I mean, to the top, to the chair at the bottom where you sit. For those of you who want to have a little bit of a lighter down dog or something kind of more moderate, stay right here on top of your chair. All right, and this is a pose holder. So pose holder, breathe in. Make sure you're pressing from the ground. You're lifting up through your chest. And then on the exhale, you're letting go of your shoulders. You're letting go of your head. Maybe even shake your head back and forth. All right. On your next inhale, come back up to standing right behind your chair, taking it one step at a time. Belly, right? Chest, and then head. Come up, lifting up into mountain pose. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. If you're holding on with the chair, hold on with the right hand. Only lift up the left. Beautiful. And then bring your hands back to the top of the chair. All right, take your take your left foot. All right, so left foot, wiggle it and bring it back. All right, right foot, we're going to keep it on where it is, but we're gonna soften our right knee and we're gonna come into like a lunge position. All right, our back leg or our back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Staying here, hands on top of the chair, this is warrior one for us. Now, when we lift up our hands, it's a different story. But let's just start like this. Lift down, make sure that your feet are in a comfortable position. Give yourself a little space, right? So you see I have a gap here, all right? I'm not like this. That's hard to balance. So give yourself like train track gap, all right? If you can sit a little bit lower into your lunge, great. If you can't, bring it closer, that's fine, but just make sure your knee is stacked on top of your ankle. All right, left hand rises. We're in our extended warrior right now, warrior one. Squeeze the glutes, tuck in that belly a little bit. Then open up into warrior two. So our left hand comes all the way behind us and meets the left leg. All right, we're still sitting in our lunge. If we have our hand on a chair, it looks like this. So our right hand is anchored to the chair. If we're in that advanced position in warrior two, our hands are up. All right, we're looking over our right shoulder. Slowly lean in, bring your shoulder down towards the chair. If you have your advanced position, sky flip the palm. Otherwise, just bring the fingertips to the top of the chair. Take your left hand, bring it down the thigh, above or below the knee, but not on the knee. Reverse warrior. And breathe. You should be in a peaceful state. Looking up and away from that right shoulder. So you're elongated away. Come back to center. Warrior two. Cartwheel the hands and the body, pivot, coming back, squaring the hips with the chair in front of you, warrior one. All right, both hands on top of the chair, bring your left foot back to meet your right. All right, beautiful. Before we go into warrior two on the other side, let's come back into a downward dog, resting your hands on the top of the chair or doing your advanced downward dog with your hands on the seat of the chair. Notice how your left side feels and how your right side feels. And then come back up, one step at a time, belly, chest, and head. All right, now we're gonna do the other side. Standing here first, mountain pose. All right, so you can lift up that right hand. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, soften that knee. Take that right foot, bring it back, 45-degree angle. Sit a little bit lower down into your lunge on the left side. So your left knee is stacked on top of the ankle. Warrior one, your left hand is still on the chair unless you're in the advanced position. And you can gaze up a little bit. Think about a nice, strong warrior. He's going to be alert. He's going to be looking around, or she's going to be looking around. He or she will be looking around. Open up, warrior two. Looking over that left shoulder. Adjust yourself as you need to. Sit a little bit lower in that lunge. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze that belly. The reason I say that, you want to continue to always tuck in and straighten that back, aligning that back body. All right, tuck the shoulder, the left shoulder down towards the chair, and then pull back and bring the right hand to the thigh. Gaze is up. Peaceful warrior. And come around, bumping back, squaring our hips with the chair. Bring both feet back up. Both hands are on the chair. Yep. And come back into your downward dog. All right, and from downward dog, we're actually gonna continue our cycle today of our cat-cows in all these weird ways. So bring your hands to the top of the chair and grip it, and then step back another step. It'll stretch out the back body. All right, soften the knees. So now you have a tabletop back, straight tabletop. You can press your hips back just a little bit more away from the body. You keep your feet anchored where they are, but just kind of stretching out those hips, softening those knees, getting yourself prepared. And then slowly, knees soft, we're going to take our chest, look up and gaze up, keeping our hands on top of the chair. Then we'll reverse back, tucking the belly in, chin to the chest. And when that happens, you do kind of stretch out the legs a little bit, but you can still monitor how soft or how rigid your knees are. You don't have to have rigid knees. Then reverse. You're pressing through your thighs, squeezing those thighs, squeezing those glutes, and then looking up, elongating through the chest. All right, tucking the belly in now. The belly's doing the work. All right, that's the last one. If you want to take one more, you can. Come from your tabletop position and take a step back into downward dog. All right. And then take another step when you're ready and come back up to your chair, standing behind, belly, chest, and head, mountain pose. Can do one, both, or no arms. Last breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands down by the side. All right, let's come back into our seat, taking our time. If you want to do any standing poses before we sit down, you can. If there's something you wanted to do that I didn't offer, same goes for sitting. All right, the last thing I think we'll do together, and then you can do your own pose, is a flow. All right, so last flow to class. Arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, hands come down. Sorry about that. Go ahead and do your pose now. If you want to do it standing, you can. If you want to do it sitting, whatever it is. I'm sorry, I kind of prematurely offered it. But go for it. That was the last flow to class. Yep, only you know what you need. Today was a day of a lot of core work, a lot of things for flexibility, a lot of hip, core, lower back. Adria. All right, when you're ready, close the eyes. Relax the body. Now you can actually even sit back in your chair a little bit and just really let go. You don't have to do anything else in this moment. But it's Savasana. You've earned it. Congratulate yourself on a job well done. And you didn't have to come to class today, but you did. And see if you can really, really, really embrace that and trust that you did the right thing for you today. And trust that you're enough with what you brought here to class. You know, we're all doing the best we can with what we know, the resources we have. So if there's anything that you need to let go of in this moment, feel free to let go of. If there's anything you'd like to invite into your world, such as love or compassion or forgiveness, you can do so at this time as well. And continue to just be in Savasana until class closes. Continue to breathe. You're welcome to stay in Savasana as long as you like by leaving this session now. Otherwise, we will close class together at the sound of the bowl. Taking a few breaths. Clean air, refreshing energy. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take with you what you wish. You can take all part or none of this class with you. And I thank you so much. I hope you trust yourself in whatever you choose. And have a beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle. Donna speaking. Another